Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we feeling today? How are we doing? Welcome to day 7. Day 7 of Johto being out. Today, we are actually literally completing the entire, not only the Unova Pokedex, but the entire Pokedex within PokeMMO, which is a pretty exhilarating feeling to have that done. Having it done forever is nuts. Never will I ever have to worry about accidentally breeding a non-OT shiny. I can egg hunt whatever Pokemon I want. I can use, I guess not really repeat balls, don't really matter much anymore, but there's just so much freedom with it, and obviously I unlock Mount Silver after doing so. I am only 8 Pokemon away. We have some XP training to do, or pretty much only XP training to do, so hopefully we can have some good memes today. I have to go ahead and pop. Oh, they actually removed the, before I had 2 stacks of Richest Charms. They actually fixed that little glitch, because it was split up into 2 stacks. That was a nice thing to fix. And then I have XP Charm 50%, which I'm going to go ahead and just pop right now. We're going to go ahead and keep on XP training. We've got our Pikachu popping Sweet Sense and Discharge. We've got 5 Pokemon in our party with XP Reamplifier on. How are we doing today, fellas? How are we feeling? What are you guys up to today? Let's go ahead and I run away from every Eradicate battle because they actually have Sucker Punch, which creates more complications. And then I just discharge every Miltank fight, and maybe we'll even get a shiny today. 62,200 plus encounters dry. Patrouski luck, good, bad. We'll see how it plays out. Yup. Yeah, when I finally do actually go shunt Dratini, I already have 1 Carp. So the ideal situation is I want 2 shiny Dratinis, hilariously. So the ideal situation at that location would be shiny Dratini, extra Carp that I can evolve into Gyarados, and then Dratini. So I could get like 1 shiny Dragonair comp, 1 shiny Dragonite, and then also a shiny competitive or some sort of shiny Gyarados, because I can have like the whole line essentially that I care about from that location, which is super sick. So it's really crazy, like all the new spots, so many new spots in Johto, like new shunting spots, have multiple shinies within the same species that I want. For example, like Flaffy, Mareep, Ampharos. I definitely want a shiny Ampharos. I might want the others. I'm not sure on that one, honestly, but I don't know. There's a couple that are like multi-evolution stages, worth having multiple stages in the shiny line. The funny thing is, I might be like the first person, or like one of the, that's not true, obviously, there's other people, but like one of the first big people to film and show off Mount Silver. I feel like I haven't seen any, maybe it's just YouTube recommendations. I haven't seen like any YouTube recommendations for Mount Silver footage, or like the red fight, or like anything like that, which is really cool that I'll be one of the first big content creators to actually document and show footage of it. That's such a big deal that I feel like I haven't talked about yet, and like I might need to do a math video covering it, because I assume we'll have to do the math, because donator status adding an extra 5% Pokeyen gain to all your Jimmy runs is a really big deal. Like, we'll have to do the math. So let's say you make 300k every day from your gym run. Let's say you do like 25 gym runs. Give a little bit of leeway for like sick days, or you don't want to do it, whatever, right? Let's say you do 25, right? So the total Pokeyen gain from a month is 7.5 mil. Now I'm going to take that number and do 0.05, right? And that's going to give us, so donator status will net you an extra 375,000 Pokeyen a month. But obviously donator status for a month costs like 3 mil. Now, with this logic, it does help because it obviously like pays for itself a little bit more. But like, should everybody be using donator status if they only make money and like don't shiny hunt just because of the benefit of, you know, the 5% boost? No, right? So we have those numbers. But if your daily schedule is like you log in, you do your daily gym run, and then you shiny hunt for like 2 to 3 hours a day, that's, in my opinion, like super. If you're shiny hunting, and if you're playing the game 3 to 4 hours a day, and you can, even if you can shiny hunt like 4 to 5 days a week, even if you do that schedule 4 to 5 days a week, let's say that 5 days a week, or you have 2 days off, weekends, something like that. 5 days a week, you play the game 3 to 4 hours a day. You wake up, you do your gym run, you shiny hunt, you head to work or whatever. Come back, shiny up for 2 more hours before bed, something like that, right? I feel like that's really worth it, and I feel like donator status does become more worth it because of the 5%. It's kind of funny how much that can actually impact, even though it's just like, you know, it's something tacked on. Like, they didn't do it like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think I initially said like, oh, is that going to make more people want to buy donator status? You know, probably not. It's kind of just like an extra benefit. And that is mostly true, but there's a shiny Pupitar here. But I don't know, man. Honestly, the more I think about it, It's so good. Like an extra 5% is really solid and definitely adds up. So in my opinion, if you play the game 3 to 4 hours a day, you do your gym run every day or almost every day, and if you shiny hunt 2 to 3 hours a day, I think 30-day donor status is like pretty worth it. It's pretty worth it. Arguably the most valid question you could ask in my stream is asking me to double check my math. You never have to apologize. It is not your bad. You're totally good, dude. Making sure that I double check my math is very important. Wait, Joel does show now on screen. The fish in the bottom right hand corner. Dude, YouTube VOD watchers are gonna love that. God damn it, dude. Okay, one of the coolest moves that I would want from future Pokemon in PokeMMO, and I keep seeing, I'm declining a lot of Iron Defense learns right now, which is what's making me think of this. Body press. Body press, okay, very cool move. It does seem really good. As someone who doesn't play a whole lot of new generation Pokemon, body press seems slightly broken. But please, once again, correct me. I think maybe with the power creep and the other like offensive moves, it actually ends up working. But like body press seems insane to allow like defensive Pokemon to do as much damage as they do with it. Just seems absolutely nuts. But I don't know. It's an interesting move. I love defensive Pokemon when used in like a pretty strategic and cool and like smart way, as opposed to just like brain dead walling. I think it's really fun. I think body press is an interesting move to see in PokeMMO at the very least. Dude, that update changelog was crazy. The fact that you're able to, they implied, so obviously right now you can only catch Suicune, but they totally implied that you're able to eventually be able to catch Raikou and Entei. In the devlog, they said roaming legendaries, which was like, I don't know, a pretty cracked giveaway in my opinion. Dude, I just realized I haven't collected my ability patch for, was it Hoenn and Sinnoh? I think I've only gotten my Kanto and Johto. I think I've only gotten 2 of my ability patches out of like the 5 I can get in a second. That's hilarious. I totally forgot. There's so many people milking this spot. Dude, it is pretty nuts how many people are here. It's a really good spot, but I did not expect this many people. Like, dude, this many people caring about Miltank is crazy. I think a lot of people did just come here because they saw me farm Suicune here, which is, there's even more people coming here. Wait, is there a Miltank catch event? I know there's a, was that yesterday? I think someone said there was a Miltank catch event coming up as well. This spot is awesome. Yeah, Pat on a Friday, rare stream. Yeah, dude, I think like most like Shiny Wars, Johto, big events, man. I just really get in the mood to stream, and it's really worth it to keep streaming and stuff like that. And also like stuff like this, like progress like this, like if I was just doing this off stream, I mean, I would just be like brain dead. I'd be watching like retro video game videos and then just like brain dead pressing discharge and like, you know, killing Pokemon. So might as well stream it, make some memes, talk to the boys, girls, people of royalty, homies in chat. More fun that way. Like PokeMMO is definitely a more fun social game. It can also be great. Like PokeMMO is so good. You can play PokeMMO with the boys in Discord, or you can play PokeMMO fucking alone at night, watching anime for 8 hours or some shit, and just like have a blast. Like, such a good solo game. I love MMOs. My favorite kind of MMOs are games that are very good socially, but like don't require you to interact with people. MMOs that don't require you to interact with people have always been my favorite. I think a lot of people push against that sentiment. For example, a lot of people hated when World of Warcraft added the like dungeon finder system, right? So you don't have to interact with people. You can just like queue up or whatever and find a team. I like that for me, like really, I prefer, and I will seek out MMOs that do that because I don't want to be forced to interact with people. I love to choose to interact with people when it's my choice, but being forced into it, I feel like is like, it does have benefits for sure. Absolutely, you'll meet people you maybe didn't want to. Like being forced into slightly uncomfortable social situations is not always a bad thing. It helps you grow, helps you like, you know, push out of your comfort zone, yada yada yada. But like long term, I think it is super nice to be able to choose, hey, I want to be social, hey, I want to be a little like introverted guy, watch anime, make progress, yada yada game. The crazy thing is, even after I finish my Unova Pokedex today, there's still a fair bit of prep before I do red. I just need to do these last 3 Pokemon. The scary thing is, I still have to get like an entire 6-man team of level 100 Pokemon. Like level 100 competitive OU, powerful, good IV. Like, I have to do so much. Like, items, I have to get the items sorted, EV training maybe. I'll do a lot of XP training. I have a lot of, like, level 50 comps, but I don't level most of them to 100. So I have a lot of preparation to do before red, unfortunately. I'll try to squeeze it out as soon as I can, but it's tough, man. Like, even after you get the Pokedex done, the red fight, from what I've heard, just is so, it's like that hard. Like, it's that hard. There were people who, like, I heard from many people, they would pop Rich's Charm to, like, right before the red fight, and they wouldn't beat him until, like, 1 minute left in their Rich's Charm. Or some people went through multiple charms, which is crazy. So it's like over an hour to beat him. That is a true PVM challenge. What's that item that lets you get full party, lets your full party get XP? It's the XP Reamplifier in PokeMMO, which is essentially an XP all. It's a 1000 RP untradeable item, so you can buy it with either like $10 US or buy the 1000 RP voucher in game, which is what I did. The cool thing about it, the reason why the XP Reamplifier is actually good now is because they buffed it. It's like a slight buff. You might not even consider it a buff, but for most people it's buff. They made it so that the leader of the party gets 25% of the XP, and the other 75% of the XP is split amongst the party, which is usually what you want. Like, I don't want, because I'm wasting the XP right now with this Pikachu, 25% is going to the Pikachu, but it's level 100. So actually 0% of it is. So the other 75% still gets split amongst these guys. You don't, like, get the extra 25%. You don't get 100%. If you're using a level 100 lead Pokemon, you're missing out on some of the XP. Plus, you get an extra 5% boost. Yeah, the XP Reamplifier does have a flat 5% boost on XP, which is pretty minimal, to be fair. But it can be nice, I guess. But yeah, XP Reamplifier, because of that 25-75 split, it's actually a good item now. Other than that, yeah, like, XP shares are 50-50. Reamplifier is 25-75. Hey, Pat, I just wanted to ask you something. Now that you are close to reaching 10 mil in Road to PokeMMO, what will you do when you reach that goal? The whole point of that whole series is to, like, reach one goal and move on to the next. So after I reach 10 mil in, what am I in the, am I still in Hoenn? What region? I don't even remember. Yeah, Kanto, Unova, now I'm in Hoenn. Yeah. Once I reach the 10 mil goal in that region, I'll essentially just be moving on to either Sinnoh or Johto and then adding a new goal there. Now, I've thought a lot about what that next goal should be. I really want I think right now, the plan is for the last region to be, so like Season 5 of Road to PokeMMO will be Johto, and it'll also be completing my Pokedex. I think having a Pokedex completion goal for the last season, especially in Johto with Mount Silver, it's going to line up so perfectly. So I might as well do that. And then for Season 4 being in Sinnoh, I've had a lot of ideas for what my goal might be, and I mostly want to keep it secret for now. But we'll see. I will say I don't see after Season 3 ends, I definitely need a long break from Road to PokeMMO. That's something about that series. I think it's because it's so largely storyline runs, and I feel like it's because I feel so trapped into, like, doing something like this one, or like specific things. That series doesn't always give me a lot of freedom, and I feel very trapped in that series. And I honestly get the most burnt out I ever get from YouTube is usually during Road to PokeMMO. So I feel like I'm gonna need a long break from that series after Season 3. It sucks because a lot of people seem to really enjoy it. A lot of new players, like, really watch it and, like, play their storylines alongside it. It's essentially like my, like, storyline walkthroughs, but with, like, an extra goal on top of it, which is super nice. But a lot, yeah, I don't know. It's like the hardest thing for me to record, hilariously, is Road to PokeMMO. I'm not loving it nowadays. I'd rather do specific challenges or goals, or work like my only Shinies account, or just Shiny Hunt, or do something of that sort. So we'll see. That's my little update on Road to PokeMMO. Something I've thought a ton about, which I would love, like, people's opinions on and sort of feedback. I've thought a shit ton about doing, like, more of just like a straight up, like, vloggy style of videos for PokeMMO. Kind of similar. If you've been watching the, like, Johto like progress videos, or the Johto post game progress, or which I have like 5 or 6 I've recorded right now or something like that. The Johto, if you've been watching essentially these videos that I'm recording right now, Johto post game, or the, like, storyline progress in general, these have been kind of like that. It's kind of like me just streaming, and then just, like, clips. When someone asks a good question in chat, I sort of just record. If someone, like, brings up a good topic, like, any, like, interesting discussions, it allows me to sort of talk about everything. It's almost like a podcast format, and hilariously, where, like, a question gets brought up, you talk about it, and then you move on. Like, just like good, like you just have to just go from like bullet points of like good topic to good topic to good topic. And I think that's like really entertaining, like in a vloggy format. Also, in a vloggy format allows me to just like do whatever I want to do. If I want to shiny hunt, I can just do it and like, you know, shoot the shit and hopefully be entertaining enough to make that work. If not, I don't know. Well, I think it'd be cool to get feedback on it. But I really think that doing a more vloggy style of just like general PokeMMO progress, which would be like a infinitely long, hundreds of episodes, you know, forever series where I just play my main account, Patrouski, and I'm like, hey, you know, this is my account. You guys would just see like permanent progress on it and just see what I'm doing in PokeMMO, why I'm doing stuff. That would include stuff like, hey, you know, I'm doing this money making method right now because it's really, really good, and like it would be cool, like titles, and I don't know, you would literally get everything involved, but maybe that would be too broad. I don't know if it's too broad of a series, you know. I'll try it at some points. I think I'm testing it out a little bit with the Johto post-game progress videos, because it's really, this type of video is essentially a vloggy bullet point, like good topic, good topic, good topic sort of compilation and recap of what I'm doing that day, what chat's doing, what everybody's doing in the PokeMMO community, etc. Now I'm actually curious, man. I feel like Galvantula is wicked underrated in NU. Like Compound Eyes Thunder, we just talked about. 108 speed stat outspeeds a lot of NU threats. 97 special attacks, like a little low, but it ends up being totally fine with Compound. So you're able to spam Thunder. You don't need Thunderbolt. You also have Giga Drain or Energy Ball. You have Signal Beam Stab. You can also just do Discharge if you want, but you probably should go Thunder. Like Thunder is insane to be able to spam like 98% accuracy or what. No, does it become that high? I feel like it spams 98%, 98.5% accuracy Thunders or something, which is insane. What's the, or is it 100%? I'm not sure. What's the, here, let's check the usage right now. I feel like Galvantula is wildly underrated. I'm going to guess it's at like 0.68 usage. If it's at like a 3%, 4%, I'll be very happy. 1.16. I was pretty close on my guess. Timid Life, yeah, I feel like Timid Life Orb is the way to go. Choice Specs is also wickedly cool. I don't think Choice Scarf is really needed, but you could. Wise Glasses, honestly, maybe could work on this Pokemon. Also, dude, okay, what does this thing hit in the metagame? Let's check it. What does Galvantula actually position well against in the metagame? It probably loses to Scarf Blaziken is the biggest issue. It loses to Blaziken. Do you go HP Ice for Gligar? You beat Quagsire, obviously. The cool thing with it is if like you throw off a Thunder and they switch to Quag on the Thunder, you can then Energy Ball after. Or if you're Giga Chad, you'll fuck. They could do, the real meme would be Galvantula versus a Quagsire Golbat comp, and if they go Quagsire on your Thunder and then they switch to Golbat on your Energy Ball, you double Thunder to to fucking show dominance and guess the switch out. That'd be the base play. And then Rotom, you probably like lose 2/. You might be faster than Rotom, actually, hilariously. I think you're faster. I feel like you win. Signal Beam? Oh, dude, yeah, no, I think you beat Rotom. You beat Quag, you beat Rotom. I don't know how the Glider matchup is. Do you do enough damage? I think you probably lose, like, hilariously. Maybe if you go HP Ice. You probably go HP Ice or Fire. A real Chad would go HP Ground for the Blaziken switch-ins based. Okay. You could go... do you beat Venusaur? How's the Venusaur matchup? Sludge Bomb probably does a lot of damage to you. And if they're in Orifil or Sun or whatever. Electros, I feel like there's some good matchups. It's not great. It's not great. You definitely beat Azumarill, which is huge. Unless they, like... You just kill them before they... Like, they're Choice Band, I guess. So you definitely beat them. A lot of them are going Choice Band and not... What's it called? Which is really interesting. You definitely get fucked by... No, you Thunder Golbat. No, dude. Okay, Galvantula is so good. Where is... And, like, HP Ice could also hit Druddigon. Just kind of based. Wait, yeah, where are HP Ice... Giga Drain, HP Ice, Thunder, Signal Beam, Life Orb, bam. There's the set. There you go. You probably go Timid. I would guess Timid. 2v2 special attack, 2v2 speed. You could go Modest. It depends. It depends on the ranges and stuff. Where is that, man? Where's our Galvantula supporters? Go run it, fellas. It's good. Here it is, fellas. This is, with 35 seconds left on the XP charm, this is the final Dex entry that I'll ever need for my main account in PokeMMO. This is the Pokedex completed. Right on the drop. Talk about timing. Oh, that feels good. Whew. Check our time check. 6,644 encounters. Wait a minute. 6,644 hours exactly for 604 caught OT. Is that a coincidence? Clearly not. There's no way that coincidences would happen in life. I don't think so. That's awesome. This unlocked Mount Silver, which then unlocks one of the best moneymakers in the game with Fighting Red, which then unlocks the best XP spot next to a PC in the game, which then unlocks the best shiny hunting spot for like one of the coolest and rarest shinies in Pokemon with Larvitar. That is a big thing to have done. That's awesome. Now we can go for the Alpha Pokedex for fun. Unironically, I do have a lot of interest in finishing the Alpha Pokedex, but the Alpha Pokedex is actually way easier than the normal Pokedex, because for the Alpha Pokedex, you can actually just buy the alphas off the GTL, and it like logs them as Pokedex. Or you might have to breed them, but it just logs them. You don't have to actually have OT, I believe, for alphas. So, anyways, actually maybe this, I don't know. Well, that'll be interesting. But anyways, there it is. It's done, fellas. Pokedex is done. There's actually an interesting thing worth discussing, because I know Casey fucking hates doing this, and I think a lot of other players might share her sentiment. I personally do not. A lot of times, it is more efficient to, like, a lot of times, to hunt a later evolution shiny and then breed it down. So, for example, Ursaring, or Teddy Ursa, right? Like, you can either go, if you want a Teddy Ursa, you have two options. You can go to the Safari Zone and hope to find a shiny one and catch it, or you can ×5 Horde for an Ursaring and breed it down into a Teddy Ursa. Like, the difference is pretty drastic. I'm a huge proponent and supporter of doing the ×5 Horde and then breeding it down if you want the Prevo. But I think a lot of people, like, prefer to catch the Prevo as is. I think preference is cool, but, like, man, when it's that much of a difference in time and risk, like Safari Zone Uncommon versus ×5 Horde, it's pretty hard to justify. But some people are, like, sticklers about it, which I respect. Super respect. I mean, that's how you want to shunt. Like, for me, good example is, I really want a shiny Oddish. Now, I can do ×3 Horde at nighttime only Oddish encounters in Kanto, or I could just go for a super easy ×5 Gloom and then breed it down. And that's actually more of a complicated one. Like, I probably go for Gloom, but that one's actually, like, kind of, I don't know, that one's kind of a close one. I might go for the Oddish in that situation. Having a wild caught Oddish is kind of cool. Gloom, I think it's way more impressive. I think OHJ, I think he also went for, like, Oddish Wild, which is cool to me. So that one's a little more, there's a little more leeway, you know, there's more reason to go for either, you know. I think it's an interesting thing to think about with how you want to shiny hunt. Something interesting to think about with like shiny hunting is like fossil Pokemon and like how long they've been in the game is an interesting one. So like Gen 1 fossils have been in the game, like Dome Fossil, Helix, whatever, like Aerodactyl, Old Ambers. They've been in the game for 11 years. And you've had 11 years to farm those Pokemon, right? And farm those shinies. Bastiodon and Rampardos, so Skull Fossil and Shield Fossil, right? They've only been in the game for 4 years. People have had 4 years to hunt those shinies versus the 11 that Gen 1 has had. Like, that kind of difference is pretty insane in terms of, like, popularity and rarity. Like, way less there's just way less Rampardos and Bastiodons in the game because of that inherently. Even though, like, a lot of people shunt for them, or a lot of people shunt for Gen 1 Pokemon in general, because Gen 1's very beloved. Why you see so many Charizards and stuff, like, even though it's a really rare shiny. Something to consider when going for shunts, for sure. That's another great thing to consider when going for shiny hunting. So someone asked me, hey, should I go for shiny Beldum at Meteor Falls or egg shunt it? The answer to that is, if you want shiny Beldum, like, it's not even close. You want to egg hunt that. Going for Meteor Falls for only a shiny Beldum would be hell on earth. However, if you have shiny Beldum and Bagon on your list, it might be worth to go go for the Bagon first, like prioritize them in that order. Go get the shiny Bagon first, and then if you just so happen to get piss lucky for whatever reason and get a Beldum on the way to Bagon, that's a good way to do things. That's very common with like Trico and Shroomish, for example. Like Petalburg Woods is a perfect example of like a prioritized single encounter shiny hunt, because like you go to Petalburg Woods for Shroomish, but if you just so happen to get a Trico or a Slack off, it's like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Now I don't have to hunt that later on if I want to, or if I wanted to previously. So prioritization in those kind of hunts is another important thing to consider. Do you think any other type of content could work for PokeMMO on YouTube other than guide content? Yes, absolutely. And not enough people like pick a specialty and dive into it, in my opinion. Really good example of this. well, there's two. AFC Adino is a hugely successful PvP PokeMMO YouTuber. He's awesome. And just Pokemon YouTuber, PvP YouTuber in general. He focuses on PvP and his knowledge there is incredible. PokeMMO Investments, aka Shadow, focuses on the economy, and dude, economy stuff, and any MMO could have an economy-only YouTuber. It's so complicated, it's so interesting, it affects everybody. Money making super important for every type of player. And then also, I've been waiting for this to pop up. I would love to see someone become like a Nuzlocke expert in PokeMMO. Pokemon Nuzlocks are only getting more and more interesting and more complex, especially with the Johto Nuzlocke introducing like the double boss battle with Ho-Oh and Gyarados in the middle of a Nuzlocke. Like, that's crazy. Oh, it just turned nighttime. That sucks. But yeah, there's so many different types of like things you can specialize in as a YouTuber. You don't have to just do guides. You don't have to do like, there's so many things, you know. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades and I touch on everything, but there's so many options. When that spot starts popping up Noctowl, so at nighttime, I switch locations to go do Dratini. I could go do Delibird at some point as well, but I went to the wrong place. Oh, fuck. I need to go about around here. That's what I'm doing. Okay. But yeah, that spot at nighttime, it becomes 33% Raticate, 33% Noctowl, 33% Miltank, as opposed to 50-50 Rat and Cow in the daytime, which is a huge difference, right? All right, 63k plus encounters now. Let's see when we break the streak, fellas. I'm feeling a healthy 86k plus dry streak, fellas. Let's see how far we can take it. Apparently the devs are releasing a new iOS beta version. That's a really big deal. 4 minutes ago from Vuku, the iOS dev. Wow, this probably deserves a whole video. Today we released a new iOS beta for initial feedback. That's insane. What's up? Just put on an alt store. That's nuts. I'll definitely cover that. This is a good question. How was the Johto E4? I feel like the Johto E4 might have been the easiest E4 of any region, but I think that's. I think I've said this before. I think that's okay though. The reason why the Johto E4 was so easy, in my opinion, well, it was really because I feel like they made it easier because Ho-Oh and Gyarados are in Johto end pretty hard. Like, there's already 2 boss battles leading up to the E4. I think it's okay to make the E4 the easiest because of that. Like, I think it makes a lot of sense. But I do think the Johto E4 is probably the easiest in the game. But largely because you have to do those 2 boss battles. Like, the Ho-Oh boss battle is legit tough. I think the Gyarados one is pretty easy. But the Ho-Oh one is like, even if you prep with like rock sliders, it's still kind of tough. Or a little sketch at times, for sure. 64,000 encounters, by the way. Cool little milestone. I'm going to be honest, I might try to make a sprint over to Larvitar. I feel bad for wasting Charm, though. But I'll make sure I'll pop Repels. I'll try to get there as quick as possible. Is kind of the meme. And waste as little Charm as possible. But I'm going to ignore chat for a quick sec. I'm going to just hard focus. I'm going to get these encounters, finish these Leppas, sprint out of here, fly to the E4, and we'll try to sprint over there as quick as possible. Hopefully wasting as little Charm as possible. One more Horde really quick. Okay, people are saying I need Rock Climb. Do I have a Rock Climb thing? No, I do not. Okay, let's sprint out of here. Go grab... Okay, already... Not great time. Check W. Okay, I'm gonna heal. I probably don't need to heal, actually. Yeah, let me heal. Let me heal. Lead with level 100 Pokemon to make sure I repel everything. Grab Rock Climb. And I have to run south from the E4, right? This is my first time. I literally completed the Pokedex and have not visited Mount Silver. This is my first time going to Mount Silver. Need waterfall? I have a waterfall thing, so I should be okay. Okay, let me fly over here. Let me watch this YouTube video. Wait. I run down here. Wait, do I run down here? Do I have to go from here? I have to go from here, don't I? Yes, I go from here, from the west, from this location. I can bike in here. It's kind of cool. Okay, west from here. Pop a rappel. Follow the video. This guy goes this way. How much of a pain is... I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I'm gonna be honest. Times 2 speed. Do I just need to follow this path essentially? Is this it? Wait, is it that easy? Wait, where's Larvitar? Wait, that was way easier than I expected. Is Larvitar right here? Do I go in or no? Let me check what's here. There's Dawn Fan here. Is this the new XP location? That was so much faster though. That was so much easier than I expected. Oh, it's such a long way to Mount Silver. Follow JW. He's carrying me. He's guiding you. Oh, look at this man. Typical Patrouski viewer carrying the stream. Okay, free Pokeball, yoink. Easy peasy escape rope. Okay, then up here we go. Okay, this location is this Larvitar spot's a bit more difficult. Okay, JW Tree is carrying so hard. This is kind of a trek, I'm gonna be honest, boys. This mountain is beautiful though. I will say. Oh, this is okay, this is a pretty big trek. Let's be honest. That was actually, is this it? This is quite the trek. Ursaring here. Is this not it yet? It's further than this. Wow. Okay, this is quite the motorcycle as well, Pog. Okay, pathing. Okay, I was racing. Fuck, he wins. Is this it? Dude, that is a long... Is it grass tiles here? It's further? Dude, once I start this Larvitar shunt, I feel like I can't leave until I'm done. I'm never going to remember how to get back here. Dude, this path is insane. Clueless? I'm turbo clueless. What? Why is this so long? I'm never leaving this location until I get Larvitar. Well, I should have brought a synchronized Pokemon. That sucks. Well, I bet this might be the location, fellas. That was so far. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Wow. Yep, there's the Larvitar hordes. We made it, fellas. Thanks to JW Tree. Huge shout out to him for guiding me all of that way. That was an insane hike. Because I came all this way, I will 100% guaranteed get a Larvitar before the end of this charm. True and real and based. Right about now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really fucking appreciate it. Whether you're watching the video, the stream, whatever it may be. Hopefully you enjoyed today's piece of PokeMMO content, and hopefully you've been enjoying Johto. Like the stream and video if you did enjoy it. Dislike if you didn't. That's totally always okay and always encouraged. I'm not sitting here asking you guys to do these things. They're more of a reminder that if you want to do them, it's really appreciated. Liking video helps with algorithm. Subscribing to the channel will let you see more videos in your feed. I upload daily PokeMMO videos every single day. I usually stream Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you care about that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations do help out a ton, allow me to stream longer, make more videos, and just generally focus on better content. Thank you all so much, and hopefully by the next time I see you, I'll whether have gotten a shiny or will break the shiny dry streak. 64k is brutal. I cannot join this charm. Thank you though, JW. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno.
Hey, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. Hopefully it was a positive asset on your day in some way. And thank you to everyone's name who's on this list, who is a massive positive asset to my day every single day. I appreciate you all. Thank you for going above and beyond and allowing me to do what I do.